Mabrika! Welcome to a new episode of Let's Talk Taíno. I'm Priscilla Colon, co-founder and creative here at Taíno, where our mission is to promote the Taíno language and culture. So, for the past 5 weeks, we've gone through each of the 5 senses, thanks to a request from one of our community members. Now, we've learned a lot, including all the body parts related to the senses. And because I want to make sure that we get this just right, we're going to review the body parts one more time today. And we're going to be learning a little bit more about Taíno culture along the way. Let's start by reviewing the body parts we've learned. Guata, ear. Aku, eye. Echi, nose. Ayi, tongue. Ahapu, hand. Now, as I said in previous videos, one of the best ways to learn a new word is to associate it with something you already know. So today we're going to start by making some associations between the body parts and something you already know so it can stick with you a little bit easier. Some of these I've already hinted at in previous videos, but let's just go over them one more time, and then we're going to do a fun activity. Let's start with aku, I. But take a close look at that word. Do you see ku at the end of it? You've seen this word part before. It means light. And you can see this word part in the word kokuyo, which is firefly, an animal that makes its own light. And you can also see it in the word tureiku, which means star. If you break down tureiku, you can see it's made up of 2 words, turei, sky, and ku, light. So now when you think of aku, you think of light, because that is exactly how your eyes see. They let in light. Now let's take a look at the next body part. I mentioned that with echi, nose, you might want to associate this with achu, which is what you say when you cover your nose and sneeze. So that's a cool association, right? Now your brain knows echi and achu go together, and you'll never forget that is your nose. For ayi, tongue, let's associate that with yum, what you say when something tastes yummy, delicious. So from now on, ayi and yum are connected, so you'll never forget that ayi means tongue. But how about the word guata for ear? Well, I've got a cool association for you. Guataúba is the Taíno mythical lord of thunder. He was the herald of coming storms. So in the past, we learned that Atabéy is the female personification of Yaya, the Great Spirit. Atabéy is the benevolent mother, all-caring. However, Atabéy has another side, and that avatar is called Guabanséx or Guabansésh. Guabanséx is a spiritual entity that is also associated with turbulent weather. She is what caused the hurricanes. But she was accompanied by 2 male spirits, Guataúba and Koatrískie. Guataúba is the herald. He's the one that came with the booming explosions of thunder and lightning to let you know that a storm was coming. Koatrískie is the one responsible for torrential downpours, the heavy rain that comes with hurricanes. Now, going back to Guataúba for 1 second, if you think about it, he's the one that booms with that thunder. And how do you hear thunder? With your ears, your guatanagu. So, guata, ear, and Guataúba are now associated. And you've also learned a little bit more about Taíno culture along the way. To clarify, Guabanséx, the turbulent female entity or avatar of Atabéy, is not a malevolent or evil or bad spirit. Actually, sometimes you need the storms to come in and wipe everything out so that you can start anew. Now let's take a look at ahapu, hand. One association we can make is by looking at that last part, pu. That kind of sounds like punch or maybe palm because it begins with the same p sound. Now, I'm not saying that that last part means punch or palm. I'm just saying that we're using a little alliteration, that is, words that kind of start the same so that we can memorize things a little bit easier. So, ahapu kind of sounds like punch or palm, which is on your hand. Now that we have all of those associations made, we know that's all sticking right up there, right? So why don't we test it out? Let's do an activity to match the body parts with the Taíno words. Do you remember what tongue is? Remember, we thought tongue, yum. What sounds like that? That's right, ayi. How about the eye? Correct. It is aku. Nose. What were we associating with that? Achoo. And what sounds like achoo? That's right, etchi. How about the hand? Do you remember what we talked about? Maybe punch, palm? What has that sound in it? That's right, ahapu. And how about for the ear? We've got it. Ear is guata. You see how those associations work? Well, if you think of any other way that you can make these connections to something you already know, please let us know. I'm sure we could all benefit from your instincts and knowledge. Now, why don't we review one more time everything we learned today? Aku, eye. Kokuyo, firefly. Tureiku, star. Etchi, nose. Aji, tongue. Ahapu, hand. Guata, ear. Guataúba, herald of the storms, in charge of thunder, that accompanies Guabanséx. Guabanséx, Atabéy's avatar that brings turbulent storms. Koatrískie, lord of torrential rains and floods. I hope that you enjoyed this recap of the body parts. Sometimes it's good to just spiral back and practice something that you've already learned. I also hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit more about Guabanséx, Guataúba, and Koatrískie. If you want to know more, I have linked my resource, the Caney Spiritual Circle, down below. Miguel Sagué, the Bohique of the Caney Spiritual Circle, publishes a lot of interesting blogs, so please check him out. To continue the conversation with us, please join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Or if you want to continue learning Taíno on your own, there are many ways that you can do that, including Guac eki rahawa borikenaiki. We learn borikenaiki, a fun activity book that includes charts, word searches, coloring pages, and many more interactive activities. Check out our kids' books where we help children connect with the natural world, hone observational and other skills, and develop self-esteem, all while learning the Taíno language. I would also recommend checking out Guactoca Taíno, a new YouTube channel started by community members where you get mini lessons on Taíno words of the day and more. As always, I am so grateful that you are here with me, week after week, learning Taíno. You are making my dreams come true. I love researching and sharing this information with you because I know together we can bring back Taíno. In the meantime, Taikara ya Guaitiao Nagu.